जय बिहारी माधव जय बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रजनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधे राधा Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Ram Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Om Vishnupad Brahma Parivraja Acharya Ashtotar Sata Sri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki समस्त गौर भक्तवृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for today's Bhakti Vedanta class. Bhakti vaibhava class, sorry. Okay. So we'll try to. In yesterday's class, we discussed 6th chapter of the 5th canto. Today we are going to discuss. Okay. So 7th chapter. We are going to discuss 7th chapter of the 5th canto. One of the very important sloka is being here. So let us try to focus on that. And remaining, that means only 14 verses are there, but takes time actually. Takes time. What about others on site? Taking bath? Tapuma is there. Okay. Another is sick. Rangamai? Okay. Online. Okay. Online. गाड़ी चलता रहेगा. जिसको चढ़ना है चढ़ो, जिसको उतरना है उतरो, लेकिन गाड़ी चलता रहेगा बस. Okay, 7th chapter. Till now we discussed. So the past tense of Vrishpadev. So what are the advantages of Vrishpadev's past tense? What we learned. So Vrishpadev's past tense are so wonderful in other 3 yugas. one can follow him. But in the Kali Yuga, one should not follow Rishpadev. So, but he should just hear the glorious pastimes of Rishabhadev, so that one will be relieved from entanglement with this material world. This is the Falasruti we discussed there. And also various other things we discussed, how Arahat and others. So they spreaded false religion. So taking these some principles from Rishabhadev and established Jainism. So Jainism is not authentic. Okay, now we will be starting the 7th chapter, the activities of King Bharata. So Rishabhadev is having 100 sons. Out of those 100 sons, the eldest son is Bharata Maharaj. And about him we are going to discuss. And total 8 chapters, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 till 14 chapters we will be discussing all the stories about Bharata Maharaj. And then after that he becomes a deer. And then after that Jada Bharata. And he appears as Jada Bharata and he meets Rahugana. And like this. So various teachings of Jada Bharata to Rahugana. So all these things we'll be discussing in coming 8 chapters. So that means including 7th chapter, total 8 chapters. That story will be going on. Okay. Then in the first Sri Shuka Uvacha Bharatastu Mahabhagavato Yada Bhagavavanitala Paripalanaya Sanchintata Tadanu Shasana Paraha Panchajanim Vishwarupa Duhitaram Upayeme. Translation Radha Govardhan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sukadev Goswami continued speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. My dear king, Bharat Maharaj was a topmost devotee. Following the orders of his father, who had already decided to install him on the throne, he began to rule the earth accordingly. When Bharat Maharaj ruled the entire globe, he followed the orders of his father and married Panchajani, the daughter of Viswarupa.
Yeah. So Bharat Maharaj was appointed as emperor for the Bharata Varsha. Okay. So that thing Rishabhadev did. And he appointed as, that means also other 9 his brothers as the subordinates to him. Total 10. So 10 people became the Kshatriyas. And 9 are Yogendras and 81 Brahmanas. Like this 100 sons were engaged. Bharata Maharaj, Rishabhadev's 100 sons. So then Bharata Maharaj, he was enthroned. So by his father himself, following the orders of his father, who had already decided to install him on the throne. He began to rule the earth accordingly. When Bharata Maharaj ruled the entire globe, he followed the orders of his father and married Panchajani, the daughter of Viswarupa. So what is the summary of this chapter? According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it is like this. Saptame bhavane yagnaihi patra pushpadibihi vane bharato bhakti bharato harim ije drudavrataha. So what is this? What is the meaning of this? In this 7th chapter, we are going to discuss Bharata Maharaj was worshipping the Supreme Lord by yagnas when he was in the kingdom. When he left this kingdom and went to forest, he was worshipping Supreme Lord with the patra pushpadi, with leaves and flowers. So Bharataha and Bharata Maharaj is fully endowed with the devotion. So like this, he worshipped the Supreme Lord Hari, being determined. So he worshipped him. Second text. Tasyamuha va atmajan kartsnena anurupan atmanah pancha janayamasa bhutadiriva bhuta sukshmani sumatim rashtrabrutam sudarshanam avaranam dhumraketum iti. Bhoga Hirbo.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Pranam.
Just as the false ego creates the subtle sense objects, Maharaj Bharat created 5 sons in the womb of Panchajani, his wife. These sons were named Sumati, Rashtravrata, Sudarshana, Avarna, and Dhumraketu.
Yeah, 5 sons. And his wife is Panchajani and having 5 wives. Sorry, 5 sons. Sumati, Rashtra, Bhruta, Sudarshana, Avarna, and Dhumraketu. Next, text 3. Ajanabam namaitad varsham bharatam iti yata arabhya vyapadishyanti. Formerly, this planet was known as Ajanabha Varsha, but since Maharaj Bharat's reign, it has become known as Bharata Varsha. Okay, this was known as Bharata Varsha because Bharata Maharaj ruled. This is known as Bharata Varsha. Next. Sa bahuvin mahipatihi pitrupita maha vad urvatsalataya sve sve karmani vartamanaha prajaha swadharmam anuvartamanaha paryapal-palayat. Translation. Nitya Mukund Prabhu. No voice. Avaz is not audible. Voice is not audible. Yashoda Kirti Mataji. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji, reading.
Yeah.
Pranam, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Maharaj Bharat was a very learned and experienced king on this earth. He perfectly ruled his citizens, being himself engaged in his own respective duties. Maharaj Bharat was as affectionate to the citizens as his father and grandfather had been. Keeping them engaged in their occupational duties, he ruled the earth.
Yeah. So it is said how he was ruling this kingdom. So Maharaj Bharat was affectionate to the citizens as his father and grandfather had been. Like how so Rishabhadev and Nabhi ruled the society same way. So he also affectionately ruled. Keeping them engaged in their occupational duties, he ruled the earth. So he engaged them properly into their respective duties. Next. Ije cha bhagavantam yad kraturupam kratubhir ucchavachaihi shraddaya hrutagnihotra darsha purnamasa chaturmasya pashu somanam prakruti vikrutibhir anusavanam chaturhotra vidhina. Okay, translation by Radharani Mataji. Yes, Madam.
Translation. With great faith, King Bharata performed various kinds of sacrifice. He performed the sacrifices known as Agnihotra, Darsha, Purnamasa, Chaturmasya, Pashu Yagna, wherein a horse is sacrificed, and Soma Yagna, wherein a kind of beverage is offered. Sometimes these sacrifices were performed completely and sometimes partially. In any case, in all the sacrifices, the regulations of Chaturhotra were strictly followed. In this way, Bharata Maharaj worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Okay, thank you. So these are the 5 yajnas. So these 5 Mahayajnas: Agnihotra, Darsha, Purnamasa, Chaturmasa, Pasha. The 5 Pancha Mahayajnas we say. So these have the Prakriti and Vikruti. Prakriti part is the common part, and Vikruti is special to this yajna. So these 5 yajnas, something will be the very common, then that is known as Prakriti, and Vikruti is a special thing to this particular yajna. So by Prakriti Vikruti bihi Anusavanam Chaturhotra Vidhina. By the Chaturhotra Vidhi. What is the meaning of Chaturhotram? What is the meaning of Chaturhotram? So by these yajnas are performed by the Chaturhotra Vidhi. 4 feats. Yes. Chaturhotra Vidhi means 4 feats. 4 priests are engaged. 4 ritviks, not priests. 4 ritviks are engaged. So what are that? Hota, Advaryu, Udgata, and Brahma. These are the 4 kinds of the yeah, ritviks are engaged. So here purport animals like hogs and cows were offered in a sacrifice to test the proper execution of the sacrifice. Otherwise, there was no purpose in killing the rejuvenated life. Generally, an old animal was sacrificed in the fire and it would come out again in youthful body. Some of the rituals, however, didn't require animal sacrifice. In the present age, animal sacrifices are forbidden, as stated in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ashwamedam Gavalambham Sanyasam Phala Paitrikam Devarena Sutotpattim Kalau Pancha Vivarjaye. In this age of Kali, 5 acts are forbidden: the offering of a horse in sacrifice, the offering of a cow in sacrifice, the acceptance of orders of sannyasa, the offering of oblations of flesh to the forefathers, and man's begetting children in his brothers, in wife. So these are the 5 different. So sannyasa means, so because in this Kali Yuga, so for the sake of preaching and for establishing the some, so vidhi, otherwise there is a chaos in the devotee communities. So that's why sannyasa order is generally accepted. Otherwise, people, so without proper rules and regulations, they will be deviated. So that's why sannyasa is accepted by. This is Bhakti Vedanta sannyasas. These are all not the sannyasis like so-called based upon the renunciation. That kind of sannyasa is not privileged, is not prevalent in this age. Such sacrifices are impossible in this age due to the scarcity of expert brahmanas or ritvijas who are able to take the responsibility. In the absence of these, the Sankirtan Yajna is recommended. Yajnaihi Sankirtana Prayahi Yajanti Sumedasa. After all, sacrifices are executed to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yajnartha Karma. Such activities should be carried out for the Supreme Lord's pleasure. In this age of Kali, the Supreme Lord in his incarnation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should be worshipped with his associates by performance of Sankirtana Yajna, the congregational chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that's why what kind of sacrifice is encouraged in this age? The Sankirtan Yajna. Other sacrifices are, we don't have such a proper Brahmanas also to conduct, and we don't have the Vedas also fully available. Because of this, Sankirtan Yajna is recommended. So, but Varnashrama, how it is possible then? So, if all this sacrifice, then So based upon the varnashram system, whatever are feasible to this time, this age of Kali, in this period, circumstances and place and circumstances, we should take the few principles and establish this. But you cannot avoid the varnashram system. Varnashram system is, you cannot show that few examples to avoid the varnashram. Varnashram is must, but the how much extent is followed, how much elaborately is followed is changing based upon the circumstances. Okay, next text number 6. Sampracharasu nana yageshu virachitanga kriyeshu apurvam yattat kriyafalam dharmakyam pare brahmani yajna purushe sarvadevata linganam mantranam artanyamakataya साक्षात् कर्तरी परदेवतायां भगवती वासुदेवयेव भावयमाना आत्म नैपुण्य मृदित कषायो हविष अध्वर्युभिः गृह्यमाणेषु सा यजमानो यज्ञभाजो देवांस्तान् पुरुषावयवेष्वभ्य ध्यायत. Translation, Vipin Purandar Prabhu.
After performing the preliminaries of various sacrifices, Maharaj Bharata offered the result of the name of religion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. In other words, he performed all the yogas for the satisfaction of Lord Vasudeva, Krishna. Maharaj Bharata thought that since the demigods were different parts of Vasudeva's body, he controlled those who are explained in the Vedic mantras. By thinking in this way, Maharaj Bharata was freed from all material contamination, such as attachment, lust, and greed. When the priests were about to offer the sacrificial ingredients into the fire, Maharaj Bharat expertly understood how the offering made to different demigods was simply an offering to the different claims of the Lord. For in instance, Indra is the arm of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Surya, the sun, is his eyes. Thus, Maharaj Bharat considered that the oblation offered to different demigods were actually offered unto the different limbs of the Lord Vasudeva.
Very good. It's time. 1:20. This is the targeted sloka in this chapter, okay? Now we have to discuss elaborately about this. I sent already today video in our group, so you can see that in that group. That is Sridhar Swami's commentary on this same sloka, explained by Jiva Goswami. Okay, so that sloka you can. That means that commentary also should learn from my video. It is explained on the board. Now today we are going to discuss Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary on this 5.7.6. It's very important, and please be focused, and definitely I will ask this in exam. Actually 100% I will ask this question. 15 marks. Huh? Question you want? Please write the Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary on 5.7.6. Huh? Commentary is small, but explanation is big. No, it's a big commentary. One big page it is. All of you know our standard diagram. How it is, this diagram is brought out? Based upon which sloka? Uddhava Geet, chapter number? Chapter number 11th canto, 20th chapter. Yes, very nice. And sloka number? Sloka number 9. Tavat karmani kurvita na nirvidyeta yavata matkatha shravanadova shraddha yavanna jayate. So this is the sloka. So every day आप लोग कर रहे हैं क्या कीर्तन? अच्छा, बढ़िया है, तो बहुत शुभारंभ. 11.20.9. Translation, can anyone read in the mic?
As long as one is not satiated by fruitive activity and has not awakened his taste for devotional service by Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho, one has to act according to the regulative principles of the Vedic injunctions.
One has to act according to the Vedic injunctions, means one has to follow the karma. So Vedic injunctions means what you should take here. One has to follow his karma. So till what time? Shraddha yavanna jayate. Shraddha yavanna jayate. Matkatha shravanadau va Shraddha yavanna jayate. That means if you don't get, you are here, that means you are following the karmi, means what? Who follows regulative principles given by the Shastra. Given by Vedas. So whenever he gets this Shraddha, that means Shraddha is the entry door. If he gets Shraddha, then what? So he doesn't need to follow this karma. So okay, this is Shraddha. Shraddha means what? 100% Shraddha, not little bit Shraddha. What is the symptom of Shraddha? Full surrenderance to the Lord. Full surrenderance to the Lord. Okay. So that means once got the, if anyone get the Shraddha in what? Shraddha in Supreme Lord and Bhakti. That means what is the shape of that Shraddha? What is the shape of that Shraddha? So Bhakti is the one and only sadhana which can give highest result. This kind of Shraddha, if anyone get, then after that he will be entering into the Ananya Bhakti. So this goes to the This through this path he will reach finally. So Krishna, absolute truth. This is Ananya Bhakti. This path of Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti. This all of you know. That means if anyone gets Shraddha in the Bhakti, then he will be doing the Ananya Bhakti and he doesn't need to do any karma. Karma is what they do? They do karma. So there is no need to do karma. That means here Ananya Bhakti means what? Gnana karma dhyanavrutam. What is the meaning of Ananya Bhakti here? So Anyabhilashta Sunyam. Bro? Highest result. So here Ananya Bhakti is, what is the meaning of Ananya Bhakti? Anyabhilasha Sunyam, Gnana Karmadhyanavrutam, Anukulyana Krishnanusilanam, Bhakti Ruttama. This all of you know what is the Ananya Bhakti. And what about next what he said? If anyone get Nirvidyeta, Tavat Karmani Kurvita, Na Nirvidyeta Yavata. So one has to do karma. Tavat, that means that much time. Karmani kurvita, one should do the karma. So till what time? So yavan, so yeah, so na nirvidyeta yavata. That means nirvidyeta means detachment. So in this path, this is the gnana. In this path, if wants to enter anyone, that means they should get detachment. They should get detachment. If anyone is getting the detachment, so full detachment, that means what is the meaning of detachment? He is becoming expert in the karmarpanam and he doesn't have any kind of desire for the result of the karma, and also he doesn't have any kartrutva buddhi. So then that person, so such a detachment if you get for the karma and its results, then he is eligible to enter into the gnana, path of the gnana. Then he will be practicing the Brahma Gnanam and he will be reaching to the absolute truth. So this is the thing is said by this sloka. Tavat karmani kurvita na nirvidyeta yavata. Means this na nirvidyeta yavata. Till you don't get the detachment, you should do karma, or till you don't get this Shraddha in Krishna and Bhakti, then you should do the karma. So like this, so we know this. Okay, what in this sloka is said, in this commentary, you see what you understood what is the meaning of tavat karmani kurvita. Here, iti bhagavaduktehe, this tavat karmani kurvita, this sloka is said by whom? It is said by Krishna. It is said by Krishna to Uddhava. Okay. So, Prauda Shraddhasya Nishkamasya Suddha Bhakti Adhikarinah Bharatasya Karma Kartrutvam Karma Phala Bhoktrutvam Cha Katam Sangachatam Ityaha. Purvapakshi, now you understood this meaning of this sloka. Now Purvapakshi is putting a question based upon this understanding. What is the question? Now you should understand. So opponent view or opponent's objection, otherwise objection from the Purvapakshi. What Purvapakshi is saying? Yes, according to this sloka, so whoever is getting the Prauda Shraddha means 100% Shraddha, so strong Shraddha. So whoever is getting the Prauda Shraddha, those people, so someone is having the Prauda Shraddha in Bhakti means those will be definitely Nishkamasya Suddha Bhaktitva Adhikari. That means they are becoming Adhikari for the Ananya Bhakti. Whoever is getting the full Shraddha, so they are becoming the Adhikari for the Ananya Bhakti. Bharatasya. So that means Bharata Maharaj in where? In this diagram, where Bharata Maharaj is? Bharata Maharaj is here, Bharata Maharaj is here, or Bharata Maharaj is here? Where you should consider Bharata Maharaj? Or Bharata Maharaj here? Or Bharata Maharaj is not there? Where we should consider Bharata Maharaj here? In this diagram? Huh? Here? Here? Here. Bharata Maharaj is in this path, Ananya Bhakti. So Bharata is here, in this path, in this path. In this path he is. Okay, Purvapakshi is also yes saying that Bharata Maharaj is in this path. So then Bharatasya karma kartrutvam karma phala bhoktrutvam cha katham sangachet. If anyone is entering into the Ananya Bhakti, will he do any karma? And will he enjoy the result of that karma? These two questions I am asking. Whoever is in the Ananya Bhakti, so they will not do any karma. Because Ananya Bhakti means what? Ananya Bhakti means, so Gnana Karma Janavrutam. They will be doing the 24 hours. They will be doing the 24 hours Sakshat Bhakti. What are that means, according to the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, if you see, they will be doing the 64 items of sadhana bhakti. Did you see in that 64 items doing the karma? In that 64 items, did you see? No, no. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, 64 items of devotional practice, you all know or not? Yes. In that 64 items, we don't see any karma there. So that means Bharata Maharaj is already in this path, means he will be following 64 items, and he should not do any karma. And also, will he have any kind of tendency to enjoy that karma, result of that karma? So he cannot enjoy the result of that karma also. Now, but what you are seeing in this sloka, in 5.7.6, he is performing sacrifices. In 5.7.6, if you see what is said there by the Sukadeva Goswami, he is performing sacrifices. What kind of sacrifices? Agnishtoma, Darsha, Purnamasa, Pashu, and Chaturmasya. These are the different kind of yagas. These are all what? These 5 yagas or yagnas are what? Karma or not? They are karma, they are yagnas. So then that means, being a Ananya Bhakta, why he is doing the karma? How it is understandable? How we can understand that? So he is doing the Ananya Bhakti. But we all know that Bharata Maharaj, what advertisement Prashabhadev did in the previous chapter to his sons, in the 5th chapter also, you all should follow Bharata Maharaj. Why? Because Bharata Maharaj is Ananya Bhakta. I am Supreme Lord, and your elder brother is also a pure devotee. Is a pure devotee, and you all should follow him. And he said like this. That means, from the statements of the Rishabhadev and also from the statements of the Sukadeva Goswami, we are clearly understanding that Bharata Maharaj is in pure devotion. That means he is already in this. But being in this, according to the Rupa Goswami, he should be practicing the 64 items of the sadhana bhakti, and he should not do any kind of karma. Then how karma kartrutvam? How it is possible? That means, how can you justify? How can you justify that Bharata Maharaj can do this karma? And doing this karma and also pure devotee, how can you justify? So, katham sangachet? karma kartrutvam, karma phala bhoktrutvam. So these two things. That means Purvapakshi is assuming that this Bharata Maharaj is already, so he's enjoying the results of that karma and he's doing the karma. Then how can you justify both? Both means, so one side he is pure devotee and also enjoyer of the, so result of the karma and doer of that karma. So now objection is clear. My lord, objection is clear or not? Okay. Proceed. Okay, thank you. Objection, your honor, my lord. So objection itself will take, yeah. You should write nicely objection in your, yeah, yeah. इसमें आधा इधर उधर उड़ाना नहीं, एकदम. Next, now you have to answer. This is the objection. You justify pure devotion of the Bharata Maharaj and also doer of the karma, both. Then answer is replied. That means now for objection we are going to give the reply. From the reply from Siddhanti, what he is saying? Sampracharatsu pravartamaneshu virachita anushtita angakriya yesham teshu yad apurvam tat pare brahmani vasudeve sweshtha deve eva bhavayamanah asya karmano yat phalam bhavi tatra name lipsa kintu tad vasudeva prityartam vasudeva yaiva samarpitam tatra name swatvam iti Chintayan. So you have to, so sloka itself is the reply. In sloka you are saying that whenever Bharata Maharaj, oh, this is Bharata Maharaj, whenever he is performing any yajna, so okay, whenever he is performing any yajna, whatever the tesham yad apurvam. First of all, before explaining the reply, let me explain what is apurvam. It is also one of the important thing you should know. Online students, do you know what is apurvam? Did you hear in your life before? Bhavagrahi, no. No bhavagrahi. We don't take bhava from bhavagrahi. We want from others. What is apurvam? Who is there? Okay, nobody. So apurvam means, what is apurva? I am going to explain, then you can easily understand. So further reply of the Siddhanti. Apurva means whenever Yajaman, he is the Yajaman. Yajaman means he is the person who is conducting this yajna, and there are the ritviks. Various ritviks will be there for every yaga. And he is performing this yajna for getting Swarga, for getting heaven. Okay. His age is, let us assume, 40 years. And he is performing an yajna. So Agnishtoma Yaga he is performing. For what purpose? For getting heaven. Okay. So yajna will take how many hours? Maybe 5 hours. Okay. This person did sankalpa that I am going to do this yajna for getting the swarga. Okay. So these ritviks we can call advaryus. These advaryus or ritviks, they work, that means did this chaturhotra karma, these 4 ritviks they did on behalf of this Yajaman. So yajna is finished. Then after that, karma is finished. After finishing of the karma, what should come from the karma? Result should come. Result should come, fruit. So what is that? That means, what is the result here in this yajna? Getting heaven should be the result. Yes. So if this person is going to get the result immediately, then what will happen? After that 5 hours, he should leave this material body, this earthly body, and he should, that means death should happen. Immediately he should go to Swarga. That means, is it happening? After performing every yajna which is done for the Swarga, so if it happens, then what will happen? Nobody will do the yajna. So that means immediately result is not manifesting, because still he is having the ayu. That means on his earth planet for the another 30 years. His age is considered 70 years. So even if he performs this yajna, so he will not die and go to the Swarga now immediately. After his ayu is finished on this earth planet, so once ayu is finished, and then he will go to heaven. This is the reality. This happens. So now result is manifesting after 30 years. Result is manifesting after 30 years, but activity is done now. Activity is done now, but the final result is manifesting after 30 years. Then how to connect this result, which is going to come after the 30 years, and the action which is done now? Karma is done now, and result is manifesting after 30 years, and there should be some connector between these two. So that connector is known as apurvam. That connector is known as apurvam. That means the subtle form of the result. The subtle form of the result is known as apurvam. And that is where it is residing. So that, yeah, no, that's different. So apurvam is subtle form of the result. Subtle form of the result. So this result will be, so after 30 years is manifesting as grossly in the form of, so heaven for him, in the form of heaven for him. Okay, this is the known as apurvam. That means every action so is having the apurvam. That is nothing but subtle form of the result, final result. Okay, this is, you should remind, you should remember this point. Now come to our discussion. When Bharata Maharaj is doing, now come to the Bharata Maharaj case. So this is Bharata Maharaj, and he is performing the yajna. So by using ritviks, that means 4 ritviks. So he is using the different ritviks, and so he is performing yajna. So what he is doing here, what is said in this sloka? So now see. He is saying here, whenever Bharata Maharaj performs his yajna, yesham teshu yad apurvam tat pare brahmani vasudeve sweshta deve eva bhavaya manaha asya karmana yat phalam bhavi tatra na me lipsa. That means whenever Bharata Maharaj performs this kind of yajna, that means nothing but karma. So whatever result is coming, that means apurvam. So he is offering to whom? He is offering to the, he is assuming, or he is just submitting to whom? Supreme Lord. He is just assuming in Supreme Lord only, or offering to the Supreme Lord. So Brahmani Vasudeve Bhavaya Manaha. And he is, whatever result is coming, it's not mine. It's not mine. Phalam bhavi tatra name, and name lipsa. I don't have any kind of attachment for that result. Tad Vasudeva Prityartham Vasudeva Eva Samarpitam. whatever result apurvam is coming, so he is from this yajna, so he is just offering to the Lord for the pleasure of Lord. For the pleasure of the Lord, he is offering to the Lord only. So this kind of karma Bharata Maharaj is doing. Okay. First of all, you should understand, because Purva Pakshi's question is what? Just I am reminding you all you once again. We know Bharata Maharaj is pure devotee and he is doing the karma. So how to reconcile these two? So pure devotee means he should not do any karma. So how to reconcile? This is the question. So now the way of doing karma, we should analyze. So Bharata Maharaj's way of doing the karma, we should analyze. Whenever he do yajna, so in that yajna, whatever apurvam is coming, so he is offering that to the Lord only and for the satisfaction of the Lord. Okay, this is clear. So next. Vasudeve samarpitamiti tatra name swattvamiti chintayan. That means this result is Lord's, for the sake of Lord only, and name swatvam, it is not mine. So like this he is, so with this consciousness he is doing the karma or yajna. Yajna, karma are same synonyms. Next, Nanu, now question is coming. We answered to the Purva Pakshi with this answer for the first objection. But Purva Pakshi is not satisfied whatever we give. So we said that whatever result is coming, he is giving to the Lord only. This much only we said. Now one more objection is coming here. One more objection is coming. So what is that objection? Let us see. Nanu karma kartru pradhanam devata pradhanam va iti memamsakanam pakshadvayam tatra adhye pakshe karmanishtam apurvam dvitiye karmanah devataradhanartatvat devatanishtam tatra bharatasya nishkamatvad apurvasya devatanishtatve eva yukte devatanam. Okay. What is the objection? Objection is like this. My dear friend, so that means Purva Pakshi is saying, my dear friend, according to the Mimamsakas, so this is Mimamsaka. According to the Mimamsakas, so they have two views. Mimamsakas are having the two different views. What are those two different views? Pakshadvayam. That means karma kartrupradhanam devata pradhanam va. So that means, according to the Mimamsakas, there are the two views, view 1 and view 2. So what is the view 2 and view 1? We should see. So Mimamsakas, they say, whatever the karma is performed, that may be performed karma kartrunishtam. That may be performed karma can be performed for karma can be performed for getting result. Means that is the sakama karma. That means the performer is desiring the result of karma. Performer desiring the result of the karma. So then what is the thing is here happening? When performer is desiring the result of the karma, so then feeling sleepy, rest. So whenever performer is desiring the result of the karma, then you can say that karma is focused towards the doer. Actually, their doer is important. Actually, doer is important. Kartru pradhanam, because he is desiring. That means for his sake only he is doing that karma. For his enjoyment, he is doing the karma. So that's why the doer is main there. So whenever that means, but the devata, so devata is not main there. That means whenever you perform the yajna, so in this yajna, so performer is there. Performer means yajaman. Yajaman is there, and devatas. That means in this yajna we are giving the oblations to the devatas. So devatas also there. So whenever that means yajna is performed, so but this yajna is performed for the sake of the yajaman only, and there devatas are not main. So the performer yajaman is only the main personality, because he is desiring the result of that karma for his own sake. He doesn't have so any any mood of worshipping the devatas. He is not making devatas as prominent. He is making himself as prominent, and I want the result of this karma. That's why. So in that case, that karma is focused towards what? Towards the doer, kartru pradhanam. So then in that case, whatever the result is produced from this, after performing this yajna, so whatever result is produced, that is nothing but subtle form of the result, main result, that is apurvam. Then apurvam resides where? Apurvam resides in doer, yajman. It will be residing in the doer. When that is residing in him, so in his subtle body, so whenever he is leaving this gross body, so that apurvam is going with him through the subtle body, and after that it is manifesting in the form of, that means for him as a, it is opening the entry door for heaven, that apurva. So that's why in that case, so when karta is pradhana, the result is in doer itself, karta. Okay, kartru pradhanam. This is, and next devata pradhanam. Second view we are seeing. In the second view, karma is done. That means yajna, karma means yajna is done for the sake of devatas, or for worshipping of devata, for the sake of devatas. Then who is pradhana here? That means the doer, this yajaman, is not having the so desire. He's not having any desire to get that result. He is doing this just to please the devatas. So in that case, devata is the pradhana, karta, doer is yajaman, is not pradhana. Yeah, it is detached. So devata is pradhana. So that means generally these kind of karmas are nishkama karmas, and these kind of karmas are sakama karmas. Okay, this you should understand. Nishkama and sakama karmas. तत्र आद्ये पक्षे कर्तृनिष्ठम अपूर्वम, द्वितीये कर्मणः देवता आराधनत्वात् देवतानिष्ठ. So in this case, that means he is doing the karma for the sake of devatas. Then after performing the result, this will be residing in where? That apurvam will be residing where? It will be residing in devatas. The apurvam will be residing in devatas. We give to devatas. Okay, so that is given to the devatas. Okay, Prabhu, focus. So then kartrunishtam apurvam, ditiye karmanah devataradhanatvat, because he is doing this karma to worship the devatas. So that's why apurvam, whatever is apurvam coming, he will not be accepting for him, and he is giving to the devatas. So because he is doing this for the pleasing them, so that's why apurvam is residing in the devatas, devata pradhana. Devata radhanatvad devata nishtam tatra bharatasya. But what about, this is a general view of Mimamsakas. Mimamsakas have these two different views. Now, so Purupakshi said that first of all, Mimamsakas are having the two different views. So based upon these two different views, they are putting an objection actually. So tatra, so tatra bharatasya nishkamatvat. What about our Bharat Maharaj? This is Bharat Maharaj. And what about our Bharat Maharaj? Bharat Maharaj is coming under which category in this? This category or this category? View 1 or view 2? Huh? Definitely not 1, because one first view means what? That is one doing the karma for his own sake. So, but we already just heard that from the reply. So what? Bharata Maharaj is whatever Apuram is coming, he's offering to the Supreme Lord only. So that means definitely he's not following the first view. So he is following, Bharata Maharaj is following the second view of the Mimamsakas. Okay, this is. So second view of the Mimamsaka Sastra, Bharatasya Nishkamatvad Apurvasya Devata Nishtatve Eva Yukte. So that means, so definitely Bharata Maharaj is assuming the Apuram, whatever is coming from the karma, in the Devata. So Nishtatve Eva Yukte Devatanam. What are the Devatas? You can know. Devata, who can be the Devatas? Who are worshipped in the Yajna? So can you mention some names? Yes. Who is that? Chandra, Indra, Surya, and Aswani Kumaras. These, that. Many are there. So Chandra, Suryadinam. So Bahulyat. Katham Ekasmin Vasudeve Karma Phala Bhavena. So there are so many devatas are there. So why his objection is his objection is raised by the Purapakshi. So if this many devatas are there, why he is giving the result of the Apuram, the karma, to only Vasudeva? Mimamsakas, according to the Mimamsakas, even Vishnu is also devata. He is also like Chandra, Surya, Indra, like that only. So that's why Mimamsakas here objector. The objector can be a Mimamsaka only. And this Mimamsaka is saying that. So why it is given to only Vasudeva? What about other devatas? Even all devatas also, if you see Veda, so we are giving the oblations to these many devatas. He should give the Apuram to others also. This is the objection. So now Vasudeve eva karma phala bhavana ityatah aha. So then reply. We have to see reply for this. Objection you understood? Second objection. Objection 2. This is objection 1. So then reply is like this. Sarva devata linganam tattad devata prakashakanam mantranam yo artaha indradi devataha tesham niyamakataya yajna purushe yajna phalam bhokta ityartha. So, but why Bharata Maharaj is given to the only Indra, only the Lord, Supreme Lord? Because Supreme Lord is the controller. What that means? Whatever mantras are uttered in the Vedas, so the meanings of all those mantras are the different devatas, and all these devatas are controlled by one Purusha. What is that? Yajna Purusha. That Purusha is nothing but Vishnu. So that Purusha is a Vishnu or Krishna, Vasudevaha. So that's why Bharata Maharaj is assuming his Apurvam, whatever is coming from this Yajna, in Vasudeva. Okay. Karma, Bhoktrut. Now one more objection is coming now. Nanu evam Bharatasya mastu Bhoktrutvam karma katrutvam tu tasya durvaram ityataha aha. So second objection you understood, but main things are going to come now. Wait. Huh? Huh? What, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji,
Huh.
This I understood well, but can you please explain once more the first objection, Prabhuji? The sequence. I am not able to connect those things, all things. Please,
Okay.
please explain once again, in short.
First objection or the first view? First objection.
अ, ये मीमांसकों के दो दृष्टिकोण, इसके पहले आपने जो बताया था व्हाट इज अपूर्व, वो सब समझ में आ गया प्रभु जी। उसके पहले जो आपने बताया था, तो वो सिस्टमेटिक कैसे लिखूं, एक बार फिर से कनेक्शन बता दीजिए प्रभु जी।
Okay.
थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
First objection is, what is that first objection? Justification. That means tavat karmani kurvita. Based upon this text, this verse, so Bharata Maharaj is a pure devotee. That means, अरे just now, Bharata Maharaj is pure devotee. इसमें इंक नहीं है क्या प्रभु? नहीं है? इस बुल नीला, ठीक है, चलो कोई प्रॉब्लम छोड़ो. Okay. So you understood this diagram? This diagram you understood or not? If you understand, if you understood this diagram, then only you can understand objection of the first objection. What is the first objection? So tavat karmani kurvita is saying that, so anyone who is getting this shraddha, full shraddha, so that person, anyone is getting the full shraddha, that person will never perform. That means he will never perform karma. So swe adhikari, that means someone is in this, from here to here, in this area he is having adhikara, then this person will not do this, whatever activity happen in this block. I mean, this is a karmi block, and this karmi should do karma till they don't get this shraddha. If they get shraddha, then they are coming to here, so then they are not going to do any karma. So that means ananya bhaktas will never do any karma. That is a fact. They will do only 64 items of sadhana bhakti. So Bharata Maharaj is also ananya bhakta. So then he should not do karma. He should not do karma. And also he should not enjoy the result of the karma. So but we are seeing in this present sloka, so Bharata Maharaj is doing the karma. He is doing the yajnas, means he is doing the karma. Being a pure devotee, why he is doing the karma? How you can reconcile this? This is the first objection. Okay? उनको अनम्यूट करो, सब समझ में आएगा. माता जी नहीं है क्या?
Yes प्रभु जी, I understood. Yes प्रभु. I am not able to start my video प्रभु जी.
अच्छा. No problem.
Yes, thank you प्रभु जी. Yes.
Okay, next. So now next one more objection is coming. What? Nanu evam bharatasya mastu bhaktitva. Yes, finally. So second objection is also clarified that. So why second objection is why he is offering to, why he is not offering to other devatas. But we said that other devatas are controlled by the Yajna Purusha, and that to that Yajna Purusha is giving. He is giving to the controller. Now the third objection, objection 3. So one more objection is coming now. What he is saying, nanu karma sorry, nanu bharatasya mastu bhoktritvam. What objection? Bharata Maharaj is not enjoyer. Actually, he is not enjoying the result of karma. Not enjoying result of karma. Okay, we accept this. He is not enjoying the result of the karma, because he is giving everything to the Lord himself. But what Purvapakshi is saying, but he is performing karma. But he is performing karma. So that means Ananya Bhakta will never do karma also. Still the Purupakshi is catching. Ananya Bhakta will do karma. Of course, result he is not giving, but why he is doing that means he is having some affection to the karma. So he should not do that. He should always do the Sarupa Siddha Bhakti, Sakshat Bhakti. So if one is doing the karma means his body, according to the Suddha Bhakti, what is the definition of the Suddha Bhakti? So Suddha Bhakti means Suddha Bhakti is a activity, so which is done by the body, mind or speech. It is done by the body, mind or speech with direct connection with Krishna. That active one is doing the activity, so with a direct connection with the Krishna. Achha. So what is the example? Example is, so Shravanam, you are hearing the holy name. So hearing holy name means your ears are, so in your ears, so Krishna is entering. So that means there is a direct connection with your body. Shravanam means what? Just the sound vibration of Krishna is coming and touching the Karna Putam. What do you say Karna Putam in English? Ear holes. Whatever, that is ear hole, eardrum. So the if sound vibration come and touch the eardrum, then that itself is so Shravanam actually. So that means that is direct devotion. If that devotion, that activity is done for the pleasure of the Lord with the favorable mood. Favorable means with out of love. That means there is no one is forcing you. No, because of someone's fear you are not doing, or because of lust you are not doing, because of so anger you are not doing. Just with favorable mood you are doing, you are hearing. So for the pleasure of the Lord. So and you are not making something that karma as the supporting element for this activity. That means if I don't do karma and I cannot eat my food, that means I cannot get food, then I cannot maintain my body, then I cannot do this activity also. That kind of consciousness also is not there. Then that kind of hearing is known as pure devotion. Okay, this is the pure devotion. But here what Purupakshi is saying, your Bharata Maharaj is doing the yajna. Whenever he performs the yajna, so at that time, so his body, mind and intelligence is not directly connection with that activity of doing the yajna is not direct connection with the Lord Krishna. So then at the time pure bhakti is not happening. So that's why he is not a pure devotee. That is the intention actually, Purupaksh's point. That means what Purupakshi is saying in third objection, he is not enjoying the result of karma, but he is performing karma. So whenever he performs karma, then how it is possible? That means that means pure devotee means 24 hours he should do. 24 hours he should do the direct devotion. That means either body, mind or speech should be connection with the Lord. It should be in connection with the Lord 24 hours. 24 hours. And this activity, whatever is done, so that activity is done for the pleasure of the Lord with favorable mood. Then only he is pure devotee. Now in the Bharata Maharaj, some period of time, these 5 hours of yajna we took. So in that time, his body, mind and speech is not connected with so Lord. That activity is not making him to connect with the Lord. So that is karma actually. So then how can you say, so Bharata Maharaj is pure devotee? So he cannot be a pure devotee. Objection 3, this is, he cannot be a pure devotee. Because he is performing the karma. Performing karma means you should understand this much. So that means where he is attacking. So Purupakshi, where he is attacking, you should understand. So your pure devotion means your Bharata Maharaj should do 24 hours direct devotion. But here direct devotion is not there. Is broken actually. The direct devotion is broken. Then he cannot be called as pure devotee. This is the intention of the Purvapakshi. Now answer you should give. Nanu evam bharatasya mastu bhoktritvam karma katritvam tu tasya durvaram ityatah aha. So sakshat kartari vasudevasyaiva antaryaminah. Now answer. Answer for this. How this is objection 3 is very important actually. Objection 3 itself is a very important. Everyone understood objection 3? Where they are attacking, Purvapakshi is attacking on disproving that Bharata Maharaj is not doing, is not pure devotee. That means Tavat Karmani Kuryata means already we established, we all know he is a pure devotee, but now in his case pure devotee is not established. Huh? Objector will not prove, objector is attacking. Purvapakshi is putting finger, Bharata Maharaj is not a pure devotee. Then reply. You should give reply for this. Sakshat kartari vasudevasyaiva antaryaminah pravartakattvena swatantra kartrutva sakshat kartrutvam natu tat prayojyasya yajamanasya aswatantriyasya anyatha ritvijamapi sakshat kartrutva prasangat yajnakrut yajnah iti. So tan namasmritescha. So tasya swatantra aswatantra kartrutve api agnanad. Reply is like this. So my dear Purvapakshi, you see, this is Bharata Maharaj, and in his heart Paramatma is there, Antaryami. So Bharata Maharaj, what is his consciousness level? He is not an ordinary man, and he is not having any ordinary consciousness. So he is having such a consciousness, whatever activity is done by him, he is seeing this activity is actually done by Paramatma. Is actually done by Paramatma. Is done by Paramatma. Paramatma is doing, because who is a, now you see, this is Paramatma, and this is Bharata Maharaj, and this is the Yajna. Okay? Paramatma Paramatma is inspiring Bharata Maharaj. Then Bharata Maharaj is doing karma or yajna. So who is the independent doer and who is dependent doer? Paramatma is independent doer. Swatantra karta. Independent doer. And Bharata Maharaj is dependent doer. Okay. So he is not actual karta. Then for this karma, whom we should consider as the karta? If this person is knowing the reality, and what is that reality? Any activity is done by me, that is because of Antaryami only. I am not the doer. That means what is that? Prakrute kriyamanani gunai ahankara vimudatma kartahamiti manyate. Krishna is also saying, only the ignorant person will be thinking himself as doer, but the knowledgeable person will never think, the gnani, who knows the fact, he will never think himself as as a doer. Even we all know Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti, whatever activity if you want to do, those are all actually the Shakti, Sarupa Shakti of the Lord only, Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti. So that's why the real person will think that those are belonging to the Lord only. So that's why he is only the real doer. So that's why if anyone have such a proper understanding, then Karta will be actually Paramatma only. Karta is Paramatma only. Independent doer only can be considered as Karta of this activity, not this person, not Bharatam Maharaj. if you consider Bharata Maharaj, that means he is the Prayojakaha and he is a Prayojya. Prayojakaha, Prayojya means, like you see, there is a building is there. Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal built by whom? Shah Jahan. Taj Mahal built by Shah Jahan. Generally, it's general example. That's why I took. I don't want to take, but I took. So Shah Jahan is the person who built the Taj Mahal. But actually, that means Shah Jahan sat and he lifted all the stones, marbles, and he kept that, and he built it. No, no. But we call Shah Jahan as the builder of that. I mean, he built it. But actually, who built? Actually, labor built. Labor built. But we say, so Shah Jahan built Taj Mahal. Because so he is the independent person. He is engaging these people. Whoever is engaging, he will be called as doer, not the people who are engaged. Prayojaka means engager. Prayojya means being engaged. Engager नहीं है तो है तो इंग्लिश में रखो. He is laughing. आपको नहीं पता है तो इंग्लिश. डायरेक्टर एंगेजर जो भी है हमारा इंग्लिश में रहेगा. In my English it is there. Who defined English actually? What is the boundaries for English? They don't have any boundaries. We can add the words also. If we have this systematic grammar, then tell me. They don't have any grammar. If you go for 100 years back, the English, that is different, and now English is different. A lot of English people also, they don't know. They don't have foundation. That's why you can use anyway, that English. You can add and you can remove. Huh? Engager is there anyway. Engager is there. Yeah. Engager and being engaged. अभी तो अच्छा हुआ. So okay, so Shah Jahan is the engager and labor is the engaged. But that's why whom we should consider as the door of this Taj Mahal, builder of this Taj Mahal is Shah Jahan. Similarly, so that's why you cannot consider the people who are engaged in doing the karma as the door of that. So if you consider that, then instead of considering Bharata Maharaj, then you have to consider even Ritviks also. Even these 4 Ritviks who are actually performing this activity of the Yajna, so those also should be considered as the doer. Then result should go to them. So that's why people who are engaged cannot be considered as doer of that activity. Only the engager will be considered as doer of that activity. So that's why, so who is the independent engager here? That means Paramatma engaging the Bharata Maharaj engaging Ritviks. So that's why who is independent engager here? So Antaryami. So that's why who is the doer? Antaryami is the doer. Antaryami is the doer. So this is the mood of the Bharata Maharaj. So that's why he is not considering I am the doer. So वही करवा रहे. Okay. इतना से नहीं हुआ, और भी है बहुत. अभी रुकिए. तो अभी मैं टाइम नहीं दे रहा हूँ. Next. स्वतंत्र कर्तृत्वात् साक्षात् कर्तृत्वं न तु तयो प्रयोज्यस्य यजमानस्य. Okay. Next. And also we say, even in the Shastra also saying, Yajna book, Yajna Krut. Actually, Paramatma is identified as Yajna Krut. Krut means the doer of Yajna. Shastra also is saying, and Bharata Maharaj is following that. So that's why the view of Bharata Maharaj is purely supported by Shastra also. So Shastra is saying that Yajna Krut or Yajna book. He is the Yajna book and he is the Yajna Krut also. Krut means doer. But Tasya Swatantra Kartrutve api. That means Lord is the independent doer, but actually it is a fact. But what is happening in this world? Because of ignorance, because of the ignorance, people, they are considering themselves as the doer and they are becoming the Yajna Krut and they are becoming the Yajna book. Then this is the attachment. Actual Yajna book, Yajna Krut is Paramatma, but because of ignorance, claiming themselves as Yajna Krut and Yajna book, and that is causing the bondage problem. Okay. So karomi iti swasya swatantra kartrutva mananameva kartrutva gamakam bandha karanam cha. Because of this ignorance only, so it is causing for bondage. And also that ignorance only is cause for considering himself as doer. That ignorance is cause for the doer, considering himself as doer. Okay. So that means Purva Pakshi's question is what? Objection 3. So your Bharata Maharaj is doing the karma. So how can you say him as pure devotee? But here Bharata Maharaj, what he is saying, from side of Bharata Maharaj, what we are saying, that means the Siddhanti. So he is not doing the karma. Paramatma is doing. Paramatma is doing. Okay. Paramatma is doing. आत्मनः नैपुण्यमेव भावनम एव तेन मृदिताः. So that is only we are seeing, because आत्मनः नैपुण्यम एवं भावनम एव तेन मृदिताः क्षीणाः कषायाः कर्म करण वासनात्मक एन सह. That means that is also whatever we are saying, we are not saying whimsically. If you see in the sloka, in the text, we are seeing Mruditaha, Mrudita Kashayaha. That means Bharata Maharaj is having the proper knowledge, and with this knowledge he did, with this consciousness he did the karma. So that's why all his contamination is in his heart is clean, and he is, that means he is not at all having the karma kartrutva vasana. Means, so I am the doer of this karma. This kind of tendency or vasana is not at all having. That is clean. Because he performed the yajna such a way, then it will purify the heart. That will purify the heart. So, so here what is happening? Advaryubhir ityenanena tatha vidhanam bhaktanam kartrutvadyabhimana sunyanam karma phalatyaginam swa. So that means now come to the real point, actually very important point here. So abhi kaisa abhi nahi objection nahi, continuation abhi explanation continuation. So now tatha vidhanam bhaktanam. So Bharata Maharaj is what kind of bhakta kaha ja rahe? Wait to. Huh? Heating, eh? Yeah, okay. So main point coming. So you see here. So Bharata Maharaj is what kind of karta? So he is doing, but he is seeing. That means he himself has not a doer, and he is also offering the result to the Lord. That means he is perfectly following that. Supreme Lord is the Yagna book, and Supreme Lord is the Yagna Krut. With perfect consciousness he is doing, and that kind of devotee he is. Okay, Bharata Maharaj is that kind of devotee. And kartrutva dhyabhimana sunyanam. That means he doesn't have that having the consciousness of I am the doer, and also he doesn't have the any attachment for the result of the karma, and he renounced the result also. Then such a person, such a devotee he is. And such a devotee, swapratimurti dwara karma karanamapi karmani shraddhara. And this person is doing the karma by engaging others. That means here whatever karma, yagna karma is happening, is Bharata Maharaj is doing by himself? No, he is doing. So that means he is engaging his representatives. He is engaging his representatives to perform this karma. Whom he is engaging? Advaryus, that means Ritviks. So he is engaging Ritviks to do this karma. He is not doing himself. So, and also he is also not having the feeling of I am the doer and I am the enjoyer. And that activity also he is not doing directly. He is engaging so Ritviks to do that. It's very important here. He is engaging. And does he, that means Bharata Maharaj, does he have any kind of shraddha in this karma? Shraddha means I should do this karma and I should enjoy. Any shraddha is having? No, he doesn't have any kind of shraddha in karma. He has shraddha in whom? Are Ananya Bhakta, he is having shraddha in whom? In bhakti. Because already we say, what is the entry door? So this diagram you should not forget. You should not forget this diagram. So you see, the diagram is like this. So he has shraddha in bhakti. You can have shraddha in either bhakti or either in the karma. Any one only is possible. Oh, एक तलवारी रख सकते हैं ना, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? In man. So in that one sword only you can keep, not two. So you can have shraddha in either one, either in the bhakti or otherwise in the karma. So already he has shraddha in the bhakti means he doesn't have shraddha in the karma. But still, so that means you see the position of the out of, that means, oh, this karma I should do, then it will uplift my spiritual consciousness. Is he having that kind of shraddha? No. So with this kind of, that means shraddha he is not having. He is not having any shraddha. So in karma, but he is doing. So then if, and also he is not doing directly, he is engaging other, that means Ritviks. He is engaging Ritviks to do that karma. You should understand the condition. You should understand the condition. First is, many conditions are there. He is not considering himself as the doer of that karma. That means no kartrutva buddhi. Second is, he doesn't have any desire for the result of the karma. So third is, so he is not doing that karma and engaging Ritviks. And fourth is, he doesn't have any faith in that karma that it will uplift my devotion or anything. This kind of shraddha he doesn't have. Then if he does, that means, you see now the sloka is coming. Asraddhaya hutam dattam tapas taptam krutam chayat asad ityuchyate partha nacha tat pretya no iha. In Bhagavad Gita it is said. Translation.
O son of Pritha, whatever is offered in the fire, whatever is given in charity, whatever is undertaken as austerity, but which is done without faith is called asat.
Ah,
Since it bears no result now or in the next life.
they
Now or in the next life.
will not, they will not cause any result. Yes. So that means, according to the statement of Krishna, whatever is hutam, that means whatever is offered to the Lord, or whatever is hutam, whatever is given in charity, whatever austerity is done without any shraddha, that will not give any result in this life or in the next life. So that means Bharata Maharaj is doing the karma without shraddha. Yes, that means he will not get any result in this life or in the next life or anyway. So karma, so then this kind of doing of karma, so that means without shraddha he is doing the karma. So this kind of doing karma is equal to the not doing of that karma. This is also proving that it is proving that he is not doing the any karma. Okay. Next, you see. Ataha, like that we are seeing, evam ambarishadinam shraddhaya bhagavad bhaktya eva yapitishtanam api yapita ashtaya yamanam api pitrupaitamah sadachara parampara prapti yagnadi karmacharanam pratinidhi dwara eva suyate. Even you can you give any example like this, or like the Bharata Maharaj? Yes, we can give example for Ambarish. Ambarish Maharaj, he is having full shraddha in bhakti because he is surrendered devotee. You can see his surrenderance. So, and he is a full surrendered devotee, and full shraddha is having, and Astayamana means 24 hours. You see, here also 24 hours. Vishwanath is using 24 hours is engaged in Sakshat Bhakti. For pure devotee, what is the condition? 24 engagement in Sakshat Bhakti. So that's why 24 hours is engaged in the Sakshat Bhakti. Okay, he's 24 hours engaged in Sakshat. Such a Ambarish Maharaj is also what he is doing, whatever his father, his forefathers. So all these establish some culture. Being a king, you should perform yajnas. So such a culture they established to continue the loka parampara. That means whatever the traditions are there, to set an example to the society. So he is also, Ambarish Maharaj is also performing yajnas through ritviks, not by himself. He is engaged 24 hours in the bhakti, and he is engaging ritviks. He is engaging ritviks. अभी नहीं है, अभी पूरा बिगड़ जाएगा अभी पूरा. So Ambarish Maharaj, so he is doing the, that means engaging to, why he is doing the karma. That means he is not doing directly, like how the Bharat Maharaj case you have seen. Same thing you can see in the case of Ambarish Maharaj also, and he is doing this karma through the other ritviks, and that's why they are what he is, and he pratinidhi dwara eva sruyate. Like this we are hearing from the Bhagavatam. So this is the example. Ambarish Maharaj is one of the example, but still we consider Ambarish Maharaj pure devotee. Like that we should consider here Bharata Maharaj also as pure devotee. And he is coming to the next point actually. Next point is Arvachinanam api. Arvachinanam means recent people. Even the recent people, what? Paschatya Deshavartinam. Not Paschatya, Prachya, Prachadi, Prachya. Prachya and Paschatya means difference. Eastern, East ko Prachya we say, and West ko Paschatya we say. That means Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that the Eastern country people, Eastern country means who is east to us? Bangladesh. Yes, Bangladesh only, na east. And yeah, west is this Afghanistan and so on, so other European countries. They are west. So that means he is saying these Eastern country people who are recent people. That means at the time of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur time. So these Eastern people, that means maybe the Bangladeshi devotees. Maybe it can be the Bangladeshi devotees. So there are only the mainly devotees are there prominently in Bangladesh. So because our cult, the main acharyas are from there. So what he is saying, Prachadi Desa Vartinam Supratishtanam. They are very, very nicely established Grihastha devotees. Grihastha Mahabhagavatanam. They are Grihastha and also Mahabhagavatas. And what they are doing? They are doing the Vivaha Upanayanadau api Sarvadeva Varna Dharma Bhave. So Laukikadapi Sankarya Doshat Bibhyatam Pratinidhi Dwaraiva Karma Karanam Drishyate Cha. So he is saying that they are considered as Mahabhagavatas, but still they are following what? Vivaha karma. Vivaha samskara is also karma. Naimittik karma this is. Vivaha samskara is also considered as naimittik karma. And Upanayana samskara is also considered as karma only. That is also karma only. And they are all also performing this karma through the ritvik. Through the ritvik they are doing. And they are also Mahabhagavatas. This kind of live examples also we are seeing. But still they are Mahabhagavatas, means pure devotees. So he is giving Vivahopanayanaadau api sarvada varna dharma bhave. That means actually they don't have any varna, because Mahabhagavat is having any varna? No varna. He is beyond the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. Varna dharma bhave. They don't have any varna. But still Laukikadapi. So Sankarya doshat. That means if they don't follow the systems, then what will happen in the society? Varna Sankara will happen. And everyone will say, even they are not Mahabhagavata, they will also say that, well, I also don't follow anything. I will also do whatever I want. No Vivaha Samskara, nothing. I will also. So that's why this kind of fear they have. Being a responsible person in this society, if I don't follow these rituals, then what will happen in the society? There is a Varna Sankara collapse. Then that's why Bibhyatam, this kind of fear they have, and they are following all these karma, samskaras, different karmas they are following. So out of that fear, so and that they are not doing themselves, but they are engaging others. Okay. So this is also one Ambarish example we have taken from the Shastra, and this is from the practical life. Drishyate, that means live example. In the case of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Okay. Pratinidhi dvara eva karma karanam drishyate cha. Tataha eva. That's why. So this is also supported. Whatever the philosophy till now is spoken by the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is supported by the Tavat Karmani Kurvita also. What is the meaning of Tavat Karmani Kurvita? You should understand. Now we are asking to the objection 1. This is the first objection. So the main Purapakshi is saying, hey, do you know what is the meaning of Tavat Karmani Kurvita? You actually don't know. Tavat Karmani Kurvita, he is giving is a new. अरे मैं तो इतना ड्रामा करके बोल रही तावत कर्मणि कुर्वीता ही इज आस्किंग सिद्धांति hey, you actually don't know. Siddhanti is saying to Purvapakshi, you don't know what is tavat karmani kurvita. So I will explain now you here. Tavat, Purvapakshi put the objection using the tavat karmani kurvita only, na? So the understanding of tavat karmani kurvita of Purvapakshi is not proper. We are going to prove that. So tavat karmani kurvita. अरे कुर्वीता. This is a main very important actually. मैं भी तो पहले जानता नहीं ठीक से है. तावत कर्माणि कुर्वीता. Now I need someone's help. What is the kriya pada in this verb? Tavat karmani kurvita. Kurvita is the verb. Okay. In this verb, to form a verb, you will be using the dhatu plus pratyaya. Yes, grammarian. Powerful grammarian is with us. No? Dukrin dhatu is there and kurvita. So this in which lakara? It is vidhirling. Anyway, lakara, based upon lakara, pratyaya changes. Here, if you take kurvita word, what is the dhatu? Dukrin dhatu. So Kring. Dukring. So this is the dhatu actually we use. Dukring. So this dhatu is used and pratyaya is the ta pratyaya. So actually if you tip only, but you say ta. It's not tip actually. Ta. This atmane pada pratyaya. So ta pratyaya is used. Here pratyaya is three types actually. Pratyas are three types. Parasmay pada pratyaya, parasmay pada, so atmane pada and ubhaya pada. Like these three kinds of pratyas. What kind of pratyaya is used to form kurvita? So this is ta pratyaya. Ta is used. So this is what? Out of these three is which pratyaya this is? Atmane pada pratyaya. Okay? You should remember this point. This is atmane pada pratyaya is used. Atmane pada pratyaya is used. When atmane pratyaya, whenever atmane pada pratyaya is used, then what will happen? What is the meaning actually? Atmane pada pratyaya is using means what? If anyone use atmane pada pratyaya, then what it means? The activity, whatever is done, I'm giving example actually. Atmane pada pratyaya and parasmay pada pratyaya, you should know the sense of these two. If you get this sense for these two pratyas, if you get clearly, then you will understand properly tavat karmani kurvita. Then you can understand. So the objection you can clearly refute. That means that is needed now. So anyway, I'm explaining step by step. parasmaipada pratyaya and atmanepada pratyaya. For example, I am giving example for both. Devadattaha odanam pachati. Second one is Devadattaha odanam pachate. Pachate kya pa? Karmani. So what is the meaning of these two? That means Devadatta cooks rice. What is that? Since it is parasmaipada pratyaya, whenever parasmaipada pratyaya is used, this activity, whatever is done, that is done for others. That means here what kind of activity happened? Pachana karyam happened. Pachana kriya. Pachana kriya means cooking. This cooking activity happened. Devadatta odanam pachati means what Devadatta did? Devadatta did the cooking. So here, but parasmaipada pratyaya is used along with the dhatu. So that means this pacha means cooking. He done, since parasmaipada pratyaya is used, so that cooking activity is done for parasmai means for others. That means Devadatta cooks rice for others. If you say Devadatta odanam pachati means, what is the meaning? Devadatta cooks rice. This is only not the complete meaning. The complete meaning is Devadatta cooks rice for others. Next, Devadatta odanam pachate means, what is the meaning of this? Devadatta cooks rice atmane pade means for himself. For himself. This is the meaning. Okay, this is the meaning of parasmay pada and atmane pada prayogas. When you leave this ubhay pada, you don't need now. So you see these two. Now in our verb, dukri is the dhatu, and what pratyaya is used here? What pratyaya is used? Atmane pada pratyaya is used. So that's why here one should do karma. One should do means this. One should do karma. So this karma, here you should translate. So one should do karma for himself or for others? Huh? Himself. One should do karma for himself till what time? Either he doesn't get the detachment, or otherwise either he doesn't get the Shraddha in the Krishna Katha. This is the complete meaning. What is the complete meaning of this 11.20.9? दिमाग चलाना है, नहीं तो पिकअप नहीं कर पाएंगे आप लोग. So what is the complete meaning of 11.20.9? One should do karma till that time, so one doesn't get the detachment or otherwise Shraddha in the Krishna Katha. Okay, one should do karma till that time. So now what is the complete meaning? One should do karma for himself till he doesn't get the detachment or Shraddha in the Krishna Katha. Detachment in material objects or Shraddha in Krishna Katha. This is the full meaning now. So that means what that 11.20.9 is saying. 11.20.9 is saying that so one should do karma for himself till he doesn't get the Shraddha in bhakti. But one can do karma for others anytime he can do, at any stage. So that means here Bharata Maharaj is doing karma for himself, he is doing? No. And also one more thing, here ni dhatu. Ni dhatu means what is said here? Kurvita is said. In this kurvita, karayita. So these are two different. That means doing and making to do. Both are different or not? These two are different or not? Whenever you use the ni pratyaya, ni, okay, ni pratyaya, that means making to do, and so doing means without ni. If verb is formed without ni pratyaya, you should remember this point. If verb is formed without ni pratyaya, ni pratyaya, then what it indicating? So we are not making others to do, but we ourselves doing. Okay. If ni pratyaya is not used, means he is doing himself, and ni pratyaya is used means he is doing he is making others to do. So then what is the complete meaning of tavat karmani kurvita? One should, that means one can do karma for himself, one should do. So now the final meaning is this 11.20.9. 11.25.9. So final meaning I will write on the board. आज तो नहीं जाएगा दिमाग में. Eleven point 20.9. So what is the final understanding of this sloka? Prabhu, ink. Then tavat karmani kurvita means one should do karma for himself till he doesn't get detachment for material objects or he doesn't get faith, a full faith. Full faith in hearing, or in hearing, no, in topics of Krishna. This. One should do karma for himself. One should do karma for himself. That means that karma is done for himself, and also that karma, one should do karma by him only. One should do karma, so he alone. That means he is not engaging others. Okay, because in kurvita verb, so ni is not there. Ni pratyaya is not used. And atmane pratyaya, ni pratyaya is not used, means that doing activity should be done by himself only. He should not engage others. He should do himself. He should do. What is the ni is not used means he should do. He should do himself. And atmane pada pratyaya is used. Atmane pada. Atma ne pada pratyaya is used. That means what? Atmane pada pratyaya is used means that he should do by himself. And he should do karma. He should do karma for himself. Atmane pada pratyaya says that the result of that karma is for whom's sake? For his sake only. So since Atmane pada pratyaya is used, that means the person should do, the one should do karma. So he alone, or should do karma by himself. By himself. So for himself. By himself and also for himself. अपने लिए करना चाहिए और खुद करना चाहिए. अपने लिए करना चाहिए, खुद करना चाहिए. ये मीनिंग है. तो इसका अर्थ क्या है? तो अपने लिए करना चाहिए, खुद के लिए करना चाहिए. तो कब तक करना चाहिए? जब तक आपको डिटैचमेंट नहीं आएगा. नहीं तो जब तक आपको फेथ डेवलप नहीं होगा तब तक कर्म अपने लिए और खुद करना चाहिए. ये अर्थ है. तो माने that means what? But whoever is getting Shraddha in Bhakti, he can do karma through others for others' sake. Yes or no? By this condition, what we are deriving? Still he can, that means who got this Shraddha, now he got this Shraddha. This kind of person should not do karma for himself and by his own. By himself and by him, for himself and by himself. वो अपने, ये जो व्यक्ति अनन्य भक्त बन गए, तो he should not do karma for himself and by himself, but he can do karma for others by others. So Bharata Maharaj, what he is doing? He is doing yajna. He is doing yajna for others. That means for the sake of the Lord. And just to set the example, to follow the Loka Parampara. That means for others he is doing. And is he doing himself? No, he is engaging the Ritviks. So that's why even the right understanding of 10.11.29 is not objecting the Bharata Maharaj. So pure devotion. So Bharata Maharaj is not doing yajna for himself, na? And also he is not doing by himself. Yes? आया या नहीं? एकदम ऐसा देख रहे हैं, एकदम पागल के देख. नहीं आया क्या? That's why many people are a basic funda, so it should be clear, na? So that's why Grihasthas, Mahabhagavatas, they are doing the Vivaha Samskara and the Yagnopaved Samskaras, all these, are they doing for themselves? No, they are just to protect the, that means they don't want to see the society, Varna Sankara in the society, chaos in the society. They don't want to see the chaos in the society. Out of fear of the chaos in the society, they are doing the Vivaha Samskara. That means they are not doing for themselves. And also that Samskara is performed by whom? By the Ritviks. So that's why, is there any breaking? That means, are they falling? Are they not satisfying conditions of pure devotion? Are they satisfying or not? They are following pure devotion or not? That is because this sloka 11.20.9 is what? One should do so karma by himself, for himself, till he doesn't get detachment for material objects, or he doesn't get full faith in topics of Krishna.
Himself also he can do for others karma.
Huh?
Here is saying one should do karma for himself.
Huh.
तब तक but pure because breaking the ananya bhakti is not breaking principle. So whether he can do the karma for others himself?
No, because
Then
he doesn't get full faith in topics of Krishna, but he got full faith in the Krishna. Then no of this and no of this is needed.
Okay, but
that means he can do karma. So by not by himself and by not this, then if someone gets Shraddha, then no will come here. No will come for this and also for this.
No, my question is that he can do, he is allowed to do the karma for others, even though Ananya Bhakta. Ananya Bhakta, there's no breaking the principle.
Yeah, that is.
Now question is that whether he can do personally or not.
Are personal no na bro. By he should do karma by himself. Who doesn't get faith, but who get the faith? The opposite of these two. That means he should not do by himself. That means he should make the activity done by others for others' sake.
Okay. So that is also there by others. But otherwise, that principle will be breaking because he will be engaged in doing. He will forget the Krishna.
Yes. The brilliant explanation of Vishwanath Chaudhary Thakur. It's really very marvelous actually. मैं तो देखा नहीं ऐसा. Maybe I don't know. You people got this or not, but एग्जाम में तो आ जाएगा. Like Prabhupada engaged, so someone that means some Ritvik is sannyasi, so he is engaging that karma, that means marriage ceremony by others and for others' sake. That's different. This is best example. Grihasthas. So in the eastern countries, that means in the Bangladesh, the pure devotees, Mahabhagavas. So they are doing marriage. So doing marriage means they are not doing by themselves. Ritvik is coming and doing that. Huh? So that means now let us continue. ततः एव तावत् कर्माणि कुर्वीत इति आत्मनेपद प्रयोगात् अन्यन्त निर्देशाच्च अनात्मगामिक फलत्वे सति प्रतिनिधि द्वारा कर्मकरणमपि शुद्ध सत्व भक्तानां न दूषणम्. That means pure devotees, if they do karma for others by others' sake, for others' sake by others, if Shuddha Bhaktas they do karma through others for others' sake, this will not stop their Shuddha Bhakti. It will not cause for the defect in the Shuddha Bhakti. This will not bring any defect in Shuddha Bhakti. They are so Shuddha Bhaktas only. So that's why Bharata Maharaj is Shuddha Bhakta only. हो गया पानी. हाँ? 3 बजने से क्या होता है? चैप्टर खत्म होना है. सो तथैव शुद्ध भक्ति लक्षणे अपि अन्याभिलाषा शून्यम इतिवत् ज्ञान कर्मादि शून्यम इति अनुक्त्वा ज्ञान कर्माद्यनावृतम इति अनावृत पदोपन्यासात् प्रतिनिधि द्वारा कर्म करणेपि स्व इंद्रियैः प्रतिक्षण श्रवणादि भक्ति अवकाश प्राप्त्या भक्तेः कर्म अनावृतत्वा शुद्धत्वमेव इति केचित् आचक्षन्ते. Some people they say that what Rupa Goswami composed, you see the, so you please see the definition. Anyabhilasha sunyam, definition for the anya Suddha Bhakti. Anyabhilashita sunyam means what? So without any other desires. That means one should have desire of pleasing the Lord only, no other desires. So like anyabhilasha sunyam. So do we see there jnana karmadi sunyam? What is there in that definition of the Suddha Bhakti? Jnana karmadhyanavrutam. Is there not? Jnana karmadi sunyam is not there. That means what? Jnana karmadhyanavrutam means, so one, that means that Suddha Bhakta can do karma, through others. That means by others. Can do karma by others. He can do karma by others or through others. Like Shah Jahan is making labor to construct the temple. That means whose senses and body is engaged in doing this karma? This other's body, mind and senses are engaged. And this person's body, mind, senses are not engaged in doing that karma, because he is engaging some others to do that. So then this person is having the, so his senses and body and speech all are free from that karma, and this person can, so at that time while performing that karma, he can always hear, chant and remember the Krishna. He can hear and chant, remember the Krishna. So then what will happen? This person is doing the pure devotion only. So then in that case, this person is not considered as doer of this karma only. Okay. This is the meaning of gnana karmadi anavrutatvam. That means anavruta padam is meaning that only. That means anavruta padam is referring that. So in that sloka, in that Suddha Bhakti definition, so that Suddha Bhakta can engage others to do the karma. So that will not harm the Suddha Bhakti of that person. ननु एवं भूतेन भरतस्य मास्तु कर्मकरण दोषः यज्ञानां नाना देवताराधनात्मकत्वात् कथम अनन्यता तस्योपपद्यताम् इत्यतः आहा स यजमानो भरतः यज्ञभाजः सो देवान् इंद्रादीन् पुरुषस्य भगवतः सो बाह्वादिषु अभ्यधायत्. So now there is one more objection is coming, final objection. What is that final objection? Nanu evam bhutatvena bharatasya, that means this kind of bharata, yes, there is no dosha of the karma. So definitely we accept that Bharata Maharaj is not doing any karma. We established that very clearly. So Bharata Maharaj is not doing the karma, that is clearly established. Okay, Purvapakshi is also accepting this point. But while performing the yajna, so he is worshipping the many demigods. Then how he can say Ananya Bhakta you? He is not Ananya Bhakta, because Ananyata is not there. He has faith in the demigods also. Then that is breaking the Ananya Bhakti. So then what is the answer is given for this? So Katam Anyanyata Tasya Upapadyatam. Then the answer is Ejamanaha Bharataha. That means Bharata Maharaj being the Yajaman of that yajna, and Deva Yajna Bhajaha Devan Indradin Purushasya. That means whoever is getting the oblations in that yajna, those devatas, Bharata Maharaj considering them as the limbs of the Supreme Lord. So that's why ultimately he is not identifying those devatas are independent Lord, but he is identifying them as the limbs of the Lord. So that's why the Ananyata of that Ananyata is not broken in the case of Bharata Maharaj. This is the final. So Indraya Swaha ityukte mat prabhoho bahu pujeyam. That means whenever he say Indraya Swaha with this oblation, so offering is done by the Ritviks, oblations, who will be Ritviks. So whenever this is happening, what Bharata Maharaj is thinking, my Supreme Lord's hands should be get fleeced, because Indra is the hands and eyes. Then Suryaya Swaha, this mantra is told. Then what he is doing, seeing, so my Supreme Lord's eyes are worshipped now. So like that, so he is considering Prutak Devatattvena puja hi ananyata vikhatini. When ananyata of the bhakti is broken, will be broken. If they see these demigods are different from the Lord, independent from the Lord, then ananyata will be broken. But he is not seeing all these demigods are independent from the Lord. So that's why ananyata is not broken. Okay. So you have to go through at least 2-3 times and understand and digest and apply in the present world. And what is Ananya Bhakti? Try to understand clearly. So with this light, Anya Vilasha Sunya, if you don't understand properly, so we are not at all entering into the Ananya Bhakti, and we will never go back to the Goloka without proper understanding. Tell me.
In case of farmer, so actually he doesn't engage in the farming activities by himself, but he engages many other laborers. Most cases, but who is very poor farmer, for him is different case. But in normal general cases, he doesn't do any activities by himself. All is done by other laborers. So he can be considered as not Ananda but higher devotee.
So, but if he, so one more important, whatever activity I am doing, that activity is Kartrutva Buddhi should not have. He should satisfy all the conditions of Bharata Maharaj. If he is thinking himself as I am engaging and I am the doer of this, and result is I am wanting, he is a Karta then. Then Ananya Bhakti is broken because karma he is doing. Then he is thinking himself I am doing it, but I am offering. He should not think that I am doer also. That also clearly understood. That subtlety is there. Okay. Okay, so we'll end here, and remaining slokas, finish it. Okay. If you have another 15 minutes, we'll finish. 50 minutes, and next remaining 8 slokas. Finish it. Read the translation and finish. Nothing is there. Okay, next 7 sloka. Evam karma vishuddhya vishuddha sattvasyantar hridayakasha sarire brahmani bhagavati vasudeve mahapurusha rupopalakshane srivassa kausthabha vanamalarida ridhara gada adi bhir upalakshite jija purusha ह्रुल्लिखितेनात्मनि परम पुरुषरूपेण विरोचमान उच्चैस्तरां भक्तिर् अनुदिनमेव येदमान रयाजयत. Yes, Prabhu. So translation in this way, being purified by ritualistic sacrifice, the heart of Maharaj Bharata was completely uncontaminated. His devotional service unto Vasudeva, Lord Krishna, increased day after day. So Lord Krishna, the son of the Vasudeva, is the original personality of Godhead manifest as the supreme, as a super soul, as well as the impersonal Brahman. Yogis meditate upon the localized Paramatma situation in the heart. Jnanis worship the impersonal Brahman as the supreme absolute truth, and devotees worship Vasudeva, the supreme personality of Godhead, whose transcendental body is described in the Shastras. His body is decorated with the Srivatsa, the Kaustubha jewel, and a flower garland, and his hands hold a conch shell, disc, club, and lotus flower. Devotees like Narada always think of him within their hearts. So, like this, actually, he got his devotional service unto the Vasudeva. That means अंतःकरण विशेषतः शुद्धि शुद्धयति इत्याह एवं कर्म कर्तृ अंतःकरण विशेषतः शुद्ध्यति. So whoever is doing this kind of with this kind of consciousness, that means like Bharata Maharaj, how he did the yajna. So with that consciousness, and if karma is done, then that is going to purify the heart in a special way, and then there Lord will be appearing in that heart. So that, and Lord's qualities also, his form is described here. Next sloka. Evam varshayita sahasra paryanta vasita karma nirvana vasarodhi bujyamanam swatanayebhyo shiktam pitrupaitamaham yatadayam vibhajya swayam sakala sampanna niketat swaniketat ulahashramam pravavraja. Then after that, so like that he did so many activities. Bharat Maharaj finally, destiny fixed the time for the Maharaj Bharat's enjoyment of material opulence at 1,000 times 10,000 years. So when that period was finished, he retired from family life and divided the wealth he had received from his forefathers among his sons. He left his parental home, the reservoir of all opulences, and started for Pulahashram, so which is situated in Haridwar. The Shalagram Shila are obtainable there. That means he left everything and he went to Pulahashram. Then Yatra Havava Bhagavan Hariradhyapi Tatratyanam Nijajananam Vatsalyena Sannidhapyata Icha Rupena. So at Pulahashram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, out of his transcendental affection for his devotee, becomes visible to his devotee, satisfying his devotee's desire. In that Pulahashram, so Lord is visible. Next, Yatra Ashrama Padanyubhayato Nabhibhir Drishta Chakrais Chakra Nadi Nama Sarit Pravara Sarvarataha Pavitri Karoti. In Pulahashram is the Gandaki river, which is the best of all rivers. The Shaligram Shila, the marble pebbles, so purify all those places. One on each and every marble pebble, so up and down, so circles like novel and are visible. So there Saligram Shilas in that Gandaki river we get. Tasmin Vava Kilasa Ekalaha Pulahashramopavane Vivida Kusumita Vivida Kusuma Kisala Yuta Lasikam Bujibihi Kandamula Falopaharaischa Samihamano Bhagavata Aradhanam Vivikta Uparata Vishayabhilasha Upabhrutopashamaha Param Nivrittim Avapa. That means in the Pulahashrama there is a one small forest is there. In the gardens of Pulahashram, so Maharaj Bharat lived alone and collected a variety of flowers, twigs and tulsi leaves. He also collected the water of Gandaki river as well as various roots, fruits and bulbs. With these, he offered food to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva, and worshipping him, he remained satisfied. In this way, his heart was completely uncontaminated, and he didn't have the least desire for material enjoyment. All material desires vanished. In this steady position, he felt full satisfaction and was situated in devotional service. Tad ittham avirata purusha paricharyaya bhagavati pravardhamana anuraga bhara द्रुत हृदय शैथिल्यः प्रहर्ष वेगेनात्मन्युद्भिर्द्यमानोरोप पुलक कुलुक औत्कण्ठ्य प्रवृत्त प्राणय बाष्प निरुद्धावलोकनयन एवं निज रमण अरुण चरणारविन्दानुध्यान परिचित भक्ति योगेन परिप्लुत परम आह्लाद गंभीर हृदय ह्रादाव गाढ़ी दिशणस्तामपि क्रियमाणं भगवत् सपर्यां न सस्मारा. That most exalted devotee Maharaj Bharat in this way engaged constantly in devotional service of the Lord. Naturally, his love for Vasudeva Krishna increased more and more and melted his heart. Consequently, he gradually lost all attachment for regulative duties. The hair of his body stood on end, and all the ecstatic bodily symptoms were manifest. Tears flowed from his eyes, so much so that he couldn't see anything. Thus, he constantly meditated on the reddish lotus feet of the Lord. At that time, his heart, which was like a lake, was filled with the water of ecstatic love. When his mind was immersed in that lake, he even forgot the regulative service to the Lord. So that means he's fully absorbed in himself in the devotion, and so with the bhava, his heart is fully filled with the tears. Ittam druta bhagavad व्रत ऐणेयाजिना वाससानु सवनाभिषेकार्द्र कपिश कुटिल जटा कलापेन च विरोचमानः सूर्याच्च भगवन्तं हिरण्मयं पुरुषम् उज्जिहाने सूर्यमण्डले अभ्युपतिष्ठे तिष्ठन्नेतदु होवाच. So Maharaj Bharat appeared very beautiful. He had a wealth of curly hair on his head, which was wet from bathing 3 times daily. He dressed in a deer skin. He worshipped Lord Narayana, whose body was composed of golden effulgence and who resided within the sun. So Maharaj Bharat worshipped the Lord Narayana by chanting the hymns given in Rig Veda, and he recited the following verse as sun arose. परो रजः सवितुर्जाता वेदो देवस्य भर्गो मनसेदं जजान सुरेता सादः पुनराविश्य चष्टे हंसं रुद्राणं नृषद्रिङ्गरामिमः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in pure goodness. He illuminates the entire universe and bestows all benedictions upon his devotees. The Lord has created this universe from his own spiritual potency. According to his desire, the Lord entered this universe as a supreme soul, super soul, and by virtue of his different potencies, he is maintaining all living entities desiring material enjoyment. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who is the giver of intelligence. So he is worshipping the Lord using this Rig Veda mantra. So just in these slokas, what you have seen? So how Bharata Maharaj was worshipping the Lord after leaving his kingdom and coming to the Pulahashram, and there in that gardens sitting alone, and he did the devotion, and by that his heart is overwhelmed and completely he got the tears for the Lord, and that is the summary of this last slokas. So okay, thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the 5th canto 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Activities of King Bharata. Okay, thank you very much. Tomorrow we'll start the next chapter. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.